Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of Divine Purpose. To give you a little bit of a background on part 1, I'm a survivor of domestic violence and human trafficking. And I know that I made it through for a divine purpose. There's a lot that I didn't share in part 1, but this time I'm going to take a different approach to continue to tell my story and answer questions that you might have had from part 1. Question number 1. Why did you have to post your marriage situation on social media? There are things that do not need to be posted on social media, but my situation was severe, very severe. And the reason for me to post it is to raise awareness and to make sure others do not face the same situation should they deal with the same individuals or encounter a similar situation in the future. Question number 2. Was your husband the only person who was attacking you, or did he have assistance since he was using chemicals? No, my husband definitely had assistance because after my experience with the ambulance, whereby tests were done on me and blood works were taken, I returned home. When I returned home, there was a lady staying with him whom he said he was assisting because she was homeless. She was also attacking me inside the apartment. They would just place the chemicals which were hurtful to me close to me. They would just throw the chemicals in the bathroom whenever I go to the bathroom. Even cleaners of the complex would spill the chemical on the carpet, on the stairs close to our door where I would pass or stand to gasp for air. There's not much that the police did for me whenever I called them. Instead, it was as if them and my husband were buddies, actually, by the looks of it. Also, at the airports, in the planes, I have the receipts. I was being attacked. It was very obvious. I would smell the same toxicity, feel it on my skin. I was even burned on my cheeks. On this one plane, I still have my ticket, by the way. There were pillows that were put around me, which were smelling the same toxicity, same kind of chemical on. When I complained that I'm suffocating, I was being harassed, and they put me to the back. One other fact I would like to mention is that I have asked for help from churches and from this one ministry for assistance for other attacks that I was experiencing even before the chemical attack. And I have received none. And yet I've learned that the churches and the ministry were watching me while I was doing my devotions at home online. And there's one church that I let keep my clothes. They kept my clothes, but when they returned those clothes, those suitcases were stuffed with the same chemicals all around in between my clothes. I didn't have time to wash or do anything on those clothes. I brought them with me home. Even here at home, I remember the same kind of toxicity would not only come from cars passing my home or from some people around my home. I remember this one time when I came back home, I went to the bank and I experienced the same toxicity from the chair where I was to sit. Sometimes I would experience that when some police vans would pass me and even ambulances, and I would sense the substance. Next, now, have you forgiven your husband? Yes, I have. The situation doesn't define me. However, it doesn't mean that people shouldn't be held accountable for their actions. Next, what do you think your husband's motives are? Why would he want to hurt you? I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I know, I have learned that I am part of a legacy that would not only benefit me and my family, but nations. Which brings me to my next question. Does the whole situation have anything to do with your spiritual life, perhaps? I believe that the enemy is trying to attack me because he wants to attack God's divine purpose in my life. He says in his word, all things work together for those who love the Lord, who are called according to his purpose. What God has started in your life, in my life, he's able to complete until the end. And no weapon formed up against me shall be able to prosper. What God has ordained, it shall come to pass. Amen. In conclusion, when I connect the dots or when I discern, I remember the traffic cop who stopped my husband and I when I just came to the States. How they just wanted my ID, but I wasn't the driver of the car. And when I look at everything, at all the attacks in the streets, at the airport, and just about everywhere, and other events that happened throughout my life, I'm not going to mention everything right now, but I can just confirm that the calling is indeed bigger than I. God says in His word, as He was with Moses, so He is with me. I should not be discouraged, nor should I be afraid. He will be with me wherever I go. No one will be able to stand up against me all the days of my life.